What's up everybody, Taylor here, and today I wanted to talk about a genre that I recently got into that I never really thought I would, just based on how little actual gameplay is in it, and that is visual novels. Now, I'd played a couple over the years just to kind of see what they were like, and these are really popular in Japan. Like most dating sims are visual novels, and in case you don't really know what they are, essentially it's just sort of clicking through, static images with text, and it's a lot of choose your own adventures or choosing the next path in the story, and there's typically not a ton of gameplay. Usually most visual novel games, if there is gameplay, it's mostly puzzle centric, just because I guess that's the easiest way to get around creating actual models and gameplay and that sort of thing. But couple that I've played over the years, one was this game called Gogo Nippon. It's a really weird game where it's supposed to promote tourism, I feel like, because essentially you're an American and you're flying to Japan to do this homestay thing where you meet these two girls that you're staying at their house with. Yes, there's a lot of fan service in there, but then you go to all these famous monuments and it spouts facts at you, and you can choose where to go and how to answer those questions. And it's pretty interesting, and it's kind of cheap. You can pick it up on Steam if you really want to try it out. It's not amazing by any means. But then another game I had played was Virtue's Last Reward, which is a sequel to 999. And a lot of people are like, man, this game's amazing, you have to check it out. And this was a time when I was really into the Vita and I was just trying to play every cool game that was available, but I couldn't really get into it. I remember this game is meant to be played multiple times, and I beat it once and I was just like, I don't really feel like that was a satisfying ending, and I don't really want to go back and do all these puzzles again. So that one didn't really hook me, but the one that I just beat that hooked me and wants me to I feel like I want to go play other games in this genre is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc for the PlayStation Vita. Now, Danganronpa is a series of games, well, at least the first two. The one I played is there's these ultimate students. There's 15 students in this school, and you're trapped together, and you have to find a way out. But it's sort of turned into a game, and basically what it is the only way to escape is, one, you can all just live there forever, and you'll never leave, you'll never see your family again or anything like that. Or two, you can kill somebody in the school and get away with it. Now, the way you get away with it is you have to have a class trial, and everybody votes for who they think actually committed the murder, and then from there, if it's chosen correctly, then the person is killed, and if they're chosen incorrectly, then that person gets to escape, and then everybody else dies. And it sounds really morbid and kind of sad, but it's done this really wacky, over-the-top anime aesthetic, where there's a lot of tropes. There's kind of the the gothic Lolita, there's the athlete, there's the smart kid, there's the athletic girl and stuff like that. So all the tropes are there from your favorite anime. But it really is this mystery that kind of gripped me and kept me going through what was eventually a 20-hour game. I never thought it would take this long to beat, but that's just how long it took. And what was interesting is, it's that mystery, okay, what happens at the end? Why are we stuck in this school, and what's beyond the school walls, and how did this all get set up, and who is Monokuma, this crazy bear that's running around essentially in charge of this whole situation? And it really, there were times where I would play for 3-4 hours at a time. I just wanted to get to the next class trial, and I wanted to see what was happening next. And it was a very satisfying game, and I know a lot of people are kind of, iffy on that type of game, but typically when a lot of people are like, what Vita games do you recommend me? It's Persona 4 Golden, Gravity Rush, Uncharted, and then Danganronpa usually gets somewhere in that top 10 range, and it's got a lot of coverage over the years, and a lot of people really enjoy it. And there's the new one coming out pretty soon, Ultra Despair Girls, which is more of an action game, but there is a sequel, a second one that I want to get to eventually, and there's also supposedly a third one planned in the main series that the series planner said he wants to make. But this really has inspired me to check out other visual novels like this, and a couple that I want to play or revisit. One is definitely Virtue's Last Reward and 999. I feel like I wasn't in the right sense, mind frame to play that type of game. I don't really know what I was expecting, and what that was at the time wasn't it. But now that I'm in this frame of mind, I know what Danganronpa is. I know what those games are like, it makes me really want to go back and revisit that game. And there's a couple coming out from Axis games that look interesting, like X-Blaze, and there's a couple others, but the one that everybody raves about and says is amazing that's coming out at the end of this month is Steins Gate, or Steins semicolon Gate. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it though. But that looks really interesting, as a really killer art style. I mean, I have never seen a game quite like this. And it sort of has a harem twist to it that the anime does not, apparently. Like, you can sort of choose to who you woo, but then it has a lot to do with time travel, and there's like all this crazy stuff. And every time I hear anybody talk about that game, they just have nothing but good things to say. So when that game comes out later this month, I definitely want to visit it and possibly do a review. I'm not going to put any promises there, but yeah, it was just interesting. I just felt like I wanted to come on and talk about visual novels, because it's, you know, I love RPGs where you can walk around and explore, and there's like all these huge things you can do, but in visual novels, it's just feeding you a story. So it has to be compelling, the characters have to be interesting. And I never thought I'd get into it, but here I am talking about it. And I encourage you guys to play at least the first Danganronpa. If you haven't really got into visual novels, I feel like this is a really good gateway game to get you into that sort of stuff, and then you can kind of find your way from there. So anyways, guys, I wanted to know what you thought of visual novels. Have you played the Danganronpa series, or the 999, the Virtue's Last Rewards series of games, or are there other ones that you've enjoyed that, you know, are on Steam or on some sort of Asian import site that I don't even know about? So definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think of visual novels. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.